Hi there. It is I. My tracking's kind of kerfluffled right now. Let me fix this. Okay, that's not gonna help. Um. Oh, yeah. I can't disable it, can I? Okay. I don't know if this is gonna help. Nope. For some reason it's putting me in this direction. Trying with my AR kit model again, and well, I'm over here. Okay. I'm gonna put this back. Sorry about that. It is I, Hikaru Star. Your friendly neighborhood alien stranded here on the third rock from the sun, and it's a Handcam day. I got a new ball jointed doll I'm making. I got a bucket to put in all this. What I'm going to try to do is get the doll cleaned up today. As you can see, most of the pieces have supports on them still. And I got a bucket of doll parts. So, I guess today's plan is just start removing the trees and cleaning stuff up. Ooh, that's gonna really need to be cleaned up. I don't know if you can see that or not. That's kind of rough right there. Yeah, right now I'm just cleaning up the prints. I'm not doing it in any particular order. I'm just grabbing a part and cleaning it up. Okay. Oh, good. Maybe. Oh yeah, that's gonna need to be cleaned up too quite a bit. Yikes. I mean, I probably would have waited for a drier couple days. So let me get these pliers here. And I dropped them. Oh, they didn't fall far. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how well you can see that, but let's see if I can get my camera set up a little bit better here. I will view over here so I can actually see what the crap I'm doing. Okay. That's not helping. I want to turn the saturation down a little bit. I don't know how well you can see that. Yeah, it's hard to tell, but from my vantage point, I got a lot of cleanup to do. But I printed it. Ooh. Ooh. I can fill that in with something. Don't know what yet, but I can fill it in with something if I need to. I don't have a backup plan for today. Well, I kind of do. I just have to get the stuff out. Yeah, this is going to require like a lot of cleanup. I mean, the top looks okay-ish. Part of it is the humidity, to be perfectly honest. It's been really humid all week. But yeah, you can see it at the bottom of this foot too. I can figure out something. Today, my main focus is cleanup. And that is like getting all that out and getting the supports out. Let me grab my toolkit here. Oh, I didn't grab water. I'm gonna have to grab water soon. Started a little late today because we had to go shopping because 4th of July weekend, and neither of us really wanted to go tomorrow. Yeah, you can see it. Not looking good. Not looking good. Okay. I do not want to have to reprint this entire doll. I'm kind of violent here, but this doll didn't leave a place for all the tree supports to come out. Got like remnants of tree in here. I'm gonna move my camera here. Those feet you see is the bunny I'm making. Still working on the outfit on that. Gotta get this out so we can string this doll eventually. I don't know if I have anything I can just jam through. Okay, I can get this. I can get this. Got my AR kit model on right now, like I said. Hoping I can break it up enough. Maybe this? I'm gonna break it up a little bit more. I mean, it reaches through the entire leg, as you can see. Okay. Yeah, this style did not make anything easy. Oh, this style base looks fun, I was thinking. I want the leg to rattle. I do not want the leg to rattle. I'll worry about that later. I'll figure something out. Yeah, this is going to require like a lot of sanding. Okay, the bottom of this does not look too bad. It's the legs. I mean, it definitely is going to need a good sanding. But yeah. Yeah, I'm seeing like issues right here. If I had a place I could stick my resin printer without having to worry about it, I would be using that instead of the FDM. But you see, this is what the torso is going to look like. I think this is one of the hips. And things fit. I mean, the thing is, things fit fine. Yeah, it's the wrong leg, but things fit other than some minor cleanup. Remember that same issues there, but you can see the stringing is going to give me the exact same issues. Okay, or a whole different set of issues. This thing will definitely have to be sanded. I just put everything in this box because, well, it was something easy to stick it all in. I don't know how well you can see that. I'm I'm saving the hands to last. But here's the head cap, the skull. See, that fits pretty nicely. Saving the hands to last. I did have some issues with printing this. With the legs, I had a lot of trying to print it up this way, I think, and slips off the print bed and was going bam, and nothing like that, and it wasn't bed adhesion because I cleaned off the bed like right after the first time it failed. The legs were a pain in the butt. So were the hands. I'll show you those in a second. But I had many where on the right hand, this was on a left hand, but where the finger would separate, the index finger would separate like that. I had to print up multiple batches trying to get the hands right. I ended up doing it eventually here, the thumb detached. I think the only one that came out of that whole batch was this hand, which I will keep in there as a spare, as a backup. But yeah, I was having issues with the hands. That's why hands are going to be last. But this style's got like really detailed knees. Also, kind of a detailed butt, got a dimple and everything. I'm just testing with various. Oh yeah, that's gonna fit nice. Yeah, but today was shopping day. Thought we'd get shopping done before the 4th of July weekend started properly. Get everything we need for that. Let's see for the arms, elbow. Okay, do I have an arm? Oh, I do. But oh, these fit nice. These are gonna be really poseable. Oh my. Oh, these fit like nice. Not only fit better. I'm gonna be doing some sanding, but I'll be hitting a lot of this with the razor. I'm trying to do what I can with my fingers right now. A couple actually came right off their support without much effort. The arms seem to print up a lot better. It's just the legs. And the hands, obviously. So many issues with the bigger parts of the legs and the torso. And the head. The arms are fine. Okay, I think what I have left is hands only. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay. I was able to test with a hand. I had to be very careful though. But this style was it was an issue. I'm just trying to get some of this peeled away from the thumb. And from the ring finger. Let me get a picture of the doll up here so you can see it. Okay. But this is the basic doll design. I redesigned after Sunday. But this is the kind of outfit I'm planning. I chose this color as a good undercoat. But yeah, that's the doll design. I don't need to really reference it too much for my personal use right now. I'm still trying to get the hand out here. The problem is the fingers. They are still very thin. I mean, maybe if I use a different infill on them, it might be better. Hmm. I'm going to do this very carefully. I need two hands. This is the right hand. And I'm going to need a left hand also. Ooh, I don't like that pinky. I can stick my fingernail in it. Well, we'll see once I get the supports off completely how well it comes out. Okay, supports off, fingers still attached. Where's the other right hand? Pinky might be a little better. Might. But I did print up two right hands. On the last print. I got video. I made sure I took some time lapse of the print. What I plan to do with this is edit it down. So like take the design process from Sunday and edit it down. I did the redesign afterwards and then do it just kind of quick edit with some, speeding it up a bit. I'm sure paint will help. I'm gonna have to go find that later. I'm sure, come on. There we go. Sorry, the pointer finger is really in there. Hoping with the X-Acto I can. I think I like this hand better. Yeah, it's got that little error with the pinky, but I don't know if we can see. That's not the webcam. I guess I can't configure video. I was hoping you could focus on it, but yeah, a lot of little issues. I don't think I really want to worry about. Still gonna try to remove it, the supports as best as I can. Yeah, this is not great. I'm gonna go with this hand. I mean, no matter what, it's better than this hand. The hand I tried removing from. That had already detached. It's not something I can really glue back on. So we'll go with this hand. I'll only use one left hand. Now I'm using the pink as a great under color. I might. Okay. We don't have any big plans this year for the 4th of July, thankfully. We're just gonna go, maybe have like a picnic with some friends and catch the fireworks. And that is it. I mean, I'll be making some chicken salad. I've been kind of wanting some chicken salad. But outside of that, I don't have any really big plans. Mind you, this is all weather permitting. If not, we'll figure out something so I can watch Independence Day at least. And some little pickup in the living room and clean up in the bathroom and stuff and make sure everything's all ready. Trying to do this very carefully without damaging. I mean, I have a spare hand, but I don't really want to get into my spare hands. Takes care of 2 hands. I'm not going to worry about that one. I'm going to put these other ones in there, though. These are scrap. Oh, sorry, my mic. Fingers. Okay. I'm going to grab a container. I'm going to grab a container to put the dowel parts in between. Um, Admittedly, it's a food container. It's a takeout container from the grocery store. But I figure it'll work. I'm going to put S hooks in. Just gonna see if I can get that out. I'm just trying to trim off some of the bigger pieces here now before I sand it. Okay, that is left hand. I'm also going to try to at least get the part somewhat sorted out by side too. And there's some issues with this one. But the fingers are attached. And issues are relatively mild. Let's start with the center here. I am still going to sand, but I'm going to try to get like somewhat flush in there at least. Most of that will sand right, should sand off. I mean, it's not a horrible doll. It might have printed better with resin. But until I can get myself some dedicated space for my resin printer, I don't want to use it all that much. I love it, but I'd rather not have to be in the same room with it, you know? I'm gonna use this. Let's go for the hips. It's going to be mainly sanded. That one seems to fit better. I'm just doing some test fittings right now. I think that one is that side. This looks like it's this side. So that makes the other pieces the other side. And feet are usually easy to tell. So I'm going to start work on the feet. Hey, feet pick. There's going to be a lot sanding here. And then I'll have to fill in with something. I think what I might use is some foam clay. That should work. I'll put some foam clay in during the week. Okay. I'm gonna turn this around. Okay, this way it'll help out a little bit here. You can see on that heel. It's pretty rough. I just don't want to have to reprint everything, you know? Another foot pick. That'll be $50. Even. This isn't going to get it completely clean, mind you. This is just start. And the people who can do this with like polymer clay and stuff, I think they're insane. Insaner than me at the same time. I mean, it's impressive. But man, I cannot imagine having to try to sculpt this and being precise. I don't know how I'm gonna get that out. And break up that tree in there a little bit. I am not reprinting this. That is one thing I am not doing. Yeah. Well, I'll have to come off with sanding. I think it would probably have turned out better if it wasn't for all the humidity. I think this year I might have to invest in a filament dryer or set up a throne where I can put a filament dryer on. But I don't think I'm big enough for a throne. Plus, I would feel really uncomfortable doing something like that. Yeah, I can't get it. Yeah. Hmm. Oh, that kind of sucks. No, this all kind of sucks. This is the worst print to come off of this printer so far. Okay, let's set up arms. Okay, that. Okay. I think that looks better. Hands, once again, are easy. The world needs more guitar solos. Guitar solos are awesome. Okay. Ugh. Now this will be all sanded and stuff. So, I'm going to hold off on my opinion until it's been more sanded. Okay, first thing I'm going to be sanding is the head. I'm going to get some water first. Because once the head is done, I'm going to be doing the wig cap. Once I'm going to be doing wig cap if I get done with sanding before like 4. Actually, let's start with some sanding. Get my tools out. Put that up there. Get my little kit out. When I hello. Once I decided to start doing the ball jointed dolls on stream. Once I decided to start these on stream, I put together like a big old kit with things I know I'm going to need. Oh, come on, open up. Okay. I'm going to start by filing. Oh, it is hot today. Hopefully it's not too hot where you are. But it's a humid day. So it's like 80% humidity. I mean, 80% humidity. Oh, winter. I'm sorry. Yeah, it is. It's the middle of it's the beginning of summer here. Gonna be honest, I'd rather have this than winter. At least if I look out the window here, I have like green all over the place. In the wintertime when I look outside, bare branches, not pretty at all. Does not make me want to go outside at all. This makes me want to go outside. And then I start sweating. Ah. I got these nail files when I got my first printer. Thinking, oh, this will be easy. But yeah, it's like 80% humidity right now. It is not pleasant out there. And yet I hear somebody mowing their lawn. But it's also 4th of July weekend up here. Which means everybody's getting their yards ready, and it's going to be loud and noisy all weekend. I'm surprised we haven't heard lots of fireworks at night yet. But Independence Day is always the worst in terms of noise. It's not turbo. What part of the world you in, Zio? I mean, obviously the southern hemisphere. Trying to get rid of the scene here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the place I want to go when it's the middle of winter for us. I know it's going to be warm there. I mean, that's the only reason I really want to go to Australia in the wintertime is because it's warm. My partner, on the other hand, much prefers the wintertime because of the temperatures. Yeah, I prefer spring and fall. I mean, summer's nice and all, but spring and fall, temperatures are nice. It's pleasant to get outside and get a walk. I should have got a mask on or something. Yeah, we don't really have much of a spring either. It's slightly less cold winter. But we do get some stuff starting to grow. It's just the curse of living in Michigan. Especially the northern part of Michigan. Yeah, I am definitely going to be hitting this with another. I don't think this is ever going to get completely smooth enough for me. So I want to get this head done first. Maybe when I hit it with the magic eraser. I was watching some videos on sanding of BJD yesterday. Admittedly, that was for her, I think her customers when they buy one of her bases. But still. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get some water to clean that up. I'm gonna try to clean this up a little bit here. I'm not too worried about any discoloration, any discoloration from this because I'm going to be painting this. I am going to try to smooth it out a bit here. Yeah, it is. I am not reprinting any pieces of it. It is printed. It is done. I am done with the printing. Gotta tell myself that. It is way too hot right now here. I mean, it would be fine. Temperatures don't seem to be going, won't be going down too much according to the weather report that I read this morning. But the humidity will be going down, and that's killer. Right now, that's just the humidity that's like killing us up here. That and the thunderstorms. And after winter's last gasp, or we had a blizzard, and then thunderstorms a couple weeks later. Blizzard, lots of cold temperatures, and then thunderstorms. Kind of flooding the area. And now we're having a lot more rain and more thunderstorms because of this heat, or including with this heat. And we're having areas, not near me at least, but areas flooding again and more washed out roads. At least it's not any of the main roads or in town. It's really not going to affect too much. Yeah, I'm going to take a quick break and get some water for a water bath. I'm going to move this too. So I'm going to get some water so I can throw the parts into it, and get some water for a magic eraser. So I will be back in a minute too, once I make sure I got the right things queued up on my break. Okay, I do. Okay, I'll be back in a minute. Oh, okay, I am back. I got some water for a magic eraser. I put a mask on too while I'm here. So I don't know if. Did the connection drop between my phone and my computer? Huh. Oh well. My magic eraser out of the toolkit. Okay. They were using a magic eraser to do some cleanup on their dolls. Really, just seems to be tearing apart my magic eraser. But they were also doing resin dolls too. Let's dump that in the water. Probably works a lot better on resin. Yeah, I don't think this was a good idea. I don't have a spot to put this. Oop. I'll put that there. Okay, get my headphones back on too. Okay, it's my mouth. Weird. I have a mask on. Yeah, huh. Weird. Okay, get down. Okay. Sorry, I wanted to get my microfiber out because I just kind of want to have this. Oh, I didn't get the eyes. I focused too much on the chin here. Okay, well, I'll get back in there with the back in there with this, the Dremel. Plus, I want to get the seams gone too. But I want to clean up on the eyes here. Okay, I just want to get this in. I should have picked up some coleslaw today. Really should have picked up some coleslaw today. Because cabbage is supposed to be really good at getting microplastics out of your gut. And now I'm just putting a lot more microplastics in me. Okay. The other pieces I would just leave in here. And just put up on a towel or something. But I want to use this microfiber to help dry. At least the out, dry the head off. So I can use it to make the doll cap or the wig cap. The seam I'm not too worried about on the head. The head is not bald. The head has a nice long head of hair. A nice thick head of hair, so at least in the design I have. But these pieces don't. Let's start with the arm pieces. First off, find the seam. Actually, let's strip out some of this bottom here. Okay, it sounds like they're done mowing the lawn. I wouldn't want to be out there mowing in this weather. I'd hate being doing anything outdoors in this weather. I mean, I did have to do it on Sunday. But that was only because I was using a borrowed lawnmower. I still wish I was able to see Marie Ujima in concert. That would have been awesome. God, that was so long ago, though. Weird to think that there's people out there that that I have shirts older than. Can I fit into any of those shirts? No. I still own them. Okay, I want to get rid of that seam. You know, I'm going to use a magic eraser again when I'm done with this. I want to get rid of the seam. I'll stay away from the sharper edges here. Let's give it a quick little polish, you know? I'll have to try this off again, I guess, but I mean, the layer lines aren't too bad, so I'm not too worried. Especially in the areas where where I moved a seam. I kind of want to. I'll pull the head out and try it once I'm done. Working on the arms first. No, I put all the fruit in the cupboard. Or not in the cupboard, in the fridge. Look at that seam. I will probably be going downtown on the 4th. They usually have a little craft fair downtown. And there's that part of me curious on how much stuff at the craft fair is going to be like 3D printed dragons and the like. 3D printed flexi dragons. How much AI art is going to be, art prints are going to be there. I'm so curious. Like, I'm curious about the amount of slop. Where's the elbow? It's going to be like a lot of 3D printed slop there. I know it, but. Well, not really. I don't know. I mean, one craft show there was. One craft show last year I went to had like a lot of 3D printed slop and some AI slop, but there was only like really at the craft show I went to in the autumn in October. There was really only one booth that had primarily AI stuff and 3D printed stuff, thankfully. Where's the seam? In the back? Okay. I want this sanded out. So maybe it doesn't damage any Velcro. Or not Velcro, elastic. Blah, my words. My words today are not coming out right. I don't want to use a real Dremel for this because I'm too worried about the speed melting the plastic. But this thing is meant for nails. For fingernails. For manicures and the like. I'm also trying to use this to pick up some of the extra plastic bits. Okay, that's one leg. Unarmed. Now I'm gonna work on the leg. Actually, I'm gonna get the hand first. Yikes. Speaking of manicures, time to give this doll a manicure. And then a pedicure. It's getting a mani-pedi. Lucky doll. This will get painted. I want to get rid of that seam. Okay, I'm not going to magic eraser on that. Okay. I'm going to work on the leg. On the foot here. I don't want to use sandpaper. Because I hate sandpaper. especially in tight areas, round areas. I never took shop class when I was a kid. If I took shop class, maybe I'd be more willing to use sandpaper. But I was an art student. I liked art class and drama. Weird. Wasn't an actor. I was on crew, but I never took shop. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think there's any saving the bottom of this foot. This style's gonna have feet pretty much as ugly as mine. I can try to make the feet look a little better. I have to get a Dremel for my feet. I really need to set a spot for my resin printer. If we had power out in the garage, probably set it up out there. Okay. Let's try. Exacto seemed to work better there. Try to make the feet look passable. I mean, we can just say these are calluses on the feet, right? These are really well calloused feet. Oop, there's a tree in there. I want to get that tree out. Come on. Whoops. Maybe players? Maybe poker. There we go. There's it coming. There we go. Oh, there we go. Got little chunks of magic eraser coming off here, but okay. Seeing how bad it is. Okay. Really should have used a file first. I just didn't think. Ah, it's like once I have the mask up, I don't move that much. But I duck down, and VTube Studio on my phone says, "Okay, head's moving back again. Head's moving right." I'm probably gonna have an alarm going off soon. Because this is going to be my primary streaming from now on. You know, I'll still be playing games, but only, a couple hours, for each game. Where I'm going to spend even a part of, Sunday and Monday as Handcam time. Honestly, I think that's fine up there. I'm just trying to get the raised seam out. A little less visible. Ah! I'm bumping everything. Mm. Make sure it's on turbo. I'm also looking for the seam. I'm not seeing one on this one. But all 3D prints have a seam. Where the nozzle starts and stops on the layer. So it's just going like that. I'm not going to worry about that on the knee. Oh, got a chunk out. Ah. Problem is getting a hold of the tree. Like so many places for this to hide. Oh, that lasted a while. I'm using an old TV as my second monitor on the craft table, and it really does not like being used as a monitor. They were perfectly fine on Monday, and today it's just giving me all sorts of issues. Like, all sorts of issues. Trying to break it up a little bit. Maybe I can kind of get some. Okay, I can't get any more out yet. I'll figure out something. I got time. Most of that came off easily, so I'm not too worried about that. I do kind of want to make sure here is cleaned up a bit. I'm just having the bridging issues down these bottom layers. Like a lot of bridging issues on a lot of these layers, especially in the legs. Okay. I have to go get a towel or something too for the some of these pieces so they dry off completely. There's my alarm, but I don't need to swap things over. That was my alarm to swap things over. But I don't need to today. Today's only a hand cam. This doesn't seem to be doing jack crap. Doesn't seem to be doing jack crap. I'm trying not to swear so much. I'll get my precision tweezers out to that, but there we go. Got it with the pliers. But I don't want to. This, I want to make sure it's as smooth as possible. Because this is the joint. This is the ball of a ball jointed dowel. I mean, it will be smoother too once I get the clear coat on. I'm going to paint, then clear coat. But not tonight. Getting rid of that seam. I mean, I can see all the seams on the bunny doll that I have over here. Pointing right at it. Right about there. You can kind of see the feet. That is an offline doll I'm working on. Okay. I am going to use this here. Some stuff on my hands. Ugh. Ugh. Blah. Blah. I am going to go grab a towel so I can and find a spot to stick it. So I can put dowel pieces on there so I can start air drying. That way the insides are dry. I'll do outside dry with that microfiber, which fell on the floor. With the microfiber. But I want to make sure they have something to lay on and air dry. And get dry. So I'll be back. I'm just going to go grab a quick towel. I did not even think about that. I'll be back back in a second to see on the flip side. Oh, I got a mess over here, don't I? Okay. So I'm going to take pieces out, dry them with the microfiber. And then I got a towel right over there. Right over that way. And I'm just going to sit them on dry. And I will take the head once this is all done and start working the wig cap if I need to. Or if I can. Okay. But I want to make sure I keep each side separate. You can kind of see where the seam was. But it is a lot more minimized now, so it probably won't show up with paint on it. A knee. That's an elbow. I'm gonna bring the water over here so I can see better. This is just an old ice cream container. We have a lot of old ice cream containers. should watch this movie again. Ugh. I love Kung Fury. It's like one of my all-time favorite movies. I'm not ashamed to admit that. That is ugly as. It's going to be hidden. I'm not too worried about it visually. It's functionally, I am terrified of it. I'll probably end up hitting this with a hair dryer tomorrow or something. I'm gonna hit it with like a hair dryer before next stream. Next stream, I'm hoping to print next stream. Or not print, paint. My brain is not functioning properly today. Words are hard. I need that shirt. Hey, you can see my ceiling light. You can see the room light on. Wow. Okay, put that over there. Put that up there. I'm gonna use my paint rag and just dry some of the stuff off. My paint rag here. I'm gonna spray up some of this water too. Okay. Now time for the abdomen. We got like a little bit of a seam going right up the butt crack. I don't know if you can see that. You can kind of see it there. And a bit of a seam on the abdomen. Then we got an innie. I'm going to start with those. This style base I'm using also is has an anatomical correct part or version of this too. I did not want to do anatomically correct. There we go. And the seam done is difficult. Especially in how detailed some of the areas of the doll are. I can only imagine what's like at full size. But the random roll to choose this style was at this size, so okay. Kind of crusty down here. He should have watched himself more. Whew. Maybe not go to so many strip clubs. Yeah, there is an anatomically correct version of the space with bits and all. Don't want to do that kind of thing on screen. You can see that. There's like a hole right there. But it's like covered up in plastic still. Oh wow, this is really anatomically correct. Yikes. I don't know why they make so many of these things anatomically correct. I don't understand it, I think. And since I don't understand it, it's probably not for me. But some people probably like it. They like the realism, or they like it for adult reasons. I don't know. Maybe if I was younger, and didn't have as easy access to the content I have easy access to nowadays. Maybe. But if I wanted to see this thing, this type of stuff, I can just go onto Tumblr and see the porn see the porn bots trying to befriend me or something. This is going to be fun to make clothes for. You can see it's even got a little dimple there. Got dimples on the butt. It is detailed. No, I might take one of those hands out and do some testing on the coloring. Okay, I'm not going to worry about file on this. I'm just going to go right to this. Remember that theme. I miss being able to go to anime con from the regular. But there's just none nearby. I just kind of miss going to anime cons. I miss discovering new anime. Maybe finding something I like by going to a viewing room. I really miss that. Oh, you're finally gonna want to go outside soon, Crypto? My puppy hasn't wanted to go outside since he got home from grocery shopping. And I'm not gonna force him if he doesn't want to go out. I don't need to traumatize the dog. I also miss us kind of having the old anime distributor catalogs. Like somehow in the 90s, and I don't know how, I got on the mailing list for one. And I found like just looking at the descriptions and the black and white pictures of the cover art. I found anime that I actually wanted to watch. Kind of missed that. There's a seam right in the middle of the neck here. Man, this guy's nipples are stiff. Must be cold. Ah! Running out of towels. I'm gonna go see if my dog wants outside. And if he does, I will be back in a minute. So back to break. See you again. See you on the flip side. Oh, okay. He didn't want to go out. I even tried bribing him. Okay, let's start with the foot. I am gonna have to put some filler in here though. You know, I feel like a secretary in those old business movies, constantly filing my nails. Except I'm not doing my nails. I'm getting the calluses off my feet. My plastic calluses off my plastic feet. I mean, at least it's the bottom of the feet. Still, I am gonna have to put some kind of filler in. This is why I kind of wanna I'm gonna probably use a hair dryer on these. because I know that's not going to dry easily. I mean, if I had like a 3D pen or something, maybe I could fill it in with that. I don't know. I could have set up a second mic. Find like a good ASMR style mic for when I'm doing this. I don't think I have a microphone good for that kind of thing though. Otherwise, I totally would. Just for this though. Especially when I got background music and I'm moving it to the beat. There's a tree in there too. There we go. That popped out. Okay. Oh, I was going to keep track of how much time. Oh, I can do that from the video. I mean, I'm kind of curious on how much time it takes me to do this stuff. So I pulled out something I could use to write on, just for that purpose. Some old time cards I had, some old blank time cards I had. And I was going to keep tracking how much time. But I just realized I can just use my videos for that. So I'm not going to be spending much time outside of this. Outside of stream on this style. Just more curiosity. Did I run out of music? Okay, no I didn't. There must be silence at the end of that track. Yeah. Nope. A little bit, but not much. Okay. See if I get some more out. I'll be doing that off camera. Trying to get the rest of that out. Pop in like a TV show or movie or something. I'm hoping that doesn't cause too many issues down the road. Not being able to get those out. I'm just trying to dunk a little more there. Ugh, God, how ugly this was. Oh man, the monitor did it again. There's a lot of bridging issues over here. I'm gonna move my. Come on. Oh, didn't have nearly this many issues on Monday. Didn't have any actually. I smooth this out as much as possible right here. I wonder. What companies like, or do companies like Hasbro want 3D printers to become more common or uncommon? Oh yeah, doing crafts is fun. But would Hasbro want 3D printers to become more common or uncommon. Because then they could just all they would have to make is like, digital files and sell those. Like what like all the video game companies do now. Or do they still want to, actually manufacture toys? I wonder if those are arguments that go on in the boardroom. I don't know why that thought entered my head. Yeah, this is part of the reason why I wanted to start focusing more on the dolls. Is I had an idea for a character for a possible costume at some point. And I thought, okay, you know what? I'll make it a doll so it can have like a physical representation of the costume that I might make it someday. And as I was thinking about making the doll, I started getting excited about making the doll. And it was making me kind of happy. I'm going to take the torso out now and put that on the dry it off. And then put it on the towel to air dry a bit more. That way I have room for the arms. Okay, that did not come out too bad. The abs still look like abs somewhat. The ass still looks like an ass. And then I get to paint all that a dark color. Ooh, the seam on here is pretty crappy. Huh. I'm noticing like a lot of, I don't think you can see it, but I'm noticing like a lot of little pitting. Oh, well, I'm sure the paint will fill in some of it. Oh, I can use some of that sealant that I have for, EVA foam castings. That'll work. That'll work on the bottom of the feet. I'll do that after they've dried out a bit, maybe next week. Maybe on Sunday. So, The prints from the beginning of the year when I was doing my the doll of my model, they came out a lot better. They needed a lot less cleaning. I was like, okay, that'll take all stream. And it took like no time. Now I'm at, oh, this is going to take like no time, and it's taking all stream. And I plan ahead. And what I can do to help fill out the stream. And I won't have too much time to do all that. But that's fine, I can do more of it next stream. Hand, I'm going to ignore the hand for now. I get nervous about hands. Because the fingers are so fragile, I'm terrified I'm going to break it. Especially the right hand after all the issues I had printing it. Hopefully the new version of my doll, the doll of my model, will come out better. I'm making a new version of my doll too, off camera. I haven't even started cleanup yet until the outfit on the bunny doll is done. But I've got like a lot of dolls I'm working on right now. Okay, I'm just going to worry about this. Okay. Slow down. I say making dolls is fun. I don't know why I'm having so much fun doing this. This kind of thing is not my speed generally. You know, I start making a puppet. Oh yeah, I'm happy. Especially if I have a character in mind for a puppet. But I also don't have to do so much like little sanding stuff. So I would hate having to do this with sandpaper. Okay. Only a hand left. Oh boy. Okay. Don't see a seam to worry about. But I definitely know I'm going to have to do some sanding and filing. So this thing kind of thing. I mean, I think the only reason why I think I'm even into something like this, in particular, ball jointed doll making, is because, you know, you see like all the like big creators and big VTubers and stuff with the makeshift campaigns and their little plushes and stuff. And I thought, oh, it'd be cool to have an action figure. Instead of doing that, I can 3D print something up. That was few years ago now. But I saw a VTuber with, you know, taking like pictures of the little plush on a trip. And I thought, you know, and I was about to, you know, go camping for the weekend. So I thought, oh, maybe I should make it like an action figure or something. Yeah, it would be cool to have an official plush, but I was like, oh, I would love to have an action figure of my character, of my model. I didn't have time to really work on it with the action figure 3D print I found. But finding like these dolls would be was just like, oh, this is just ooh. Oh, I didn't notice that. You kind of see that on that finger. It kind of slid, which indicates the reasons why that's probably separated a little bit. Oh well. Hmm. I don't know if I can get that out. I don't think I'll be able to get that out with this. Maybe I can hand it down a bit. It's a file. Okay. Make that a little less visible. I swear, the right hand on this. I haven't had any luck with the right hand. Oh, well, but yeah, having an action figure would be awesome, but I'd rather make that kind of thing. It's kind of part of the reason why I made the doll is so I could, you know, oh, take it out for pictures and stuff. Take it out, take pictures of it, you know, while I'm out, like, you know, gonna go for like a trip or something. And then I change the hair on my model, which means I gotta change the wig. And then I found some green filament, which means I kind of want to reprint my entire doll up. Maybe even with different legs. But I already printed the new version up. Oh, yeah, this is gonna be a pain in the butt to get the tree out. The rest of the tree out. I'll do that off camera. That way you don't have to hear. That way I'm not swearing all the time on camera. And all the stream is just me trying to get the trees out of a leg. Sounds weird saying it that way. But get the supports out of the inside of a leg. That sounded a little bit better. Oh, but yeah, I would love to have like an action figure. I mean, I could easily make a plush of my model. I could easily make a plush of my model. I'd have to request a friend to do the embroidery for the eyes, the face embroidery. But I could easily make a plush. I think I have easy access to the patterns. But ball jointed dolls? Yeah, these are actually kind of fun. Okay, I'm not. Okay. So I felt something for a second. It's like, no, don't tell me I broke my doll, broke the hand. Those hands gave me so much trouble. Part of the reason why I don't want to, take this off. Take that mask off. Part of the reason why I don't want to do any more reprints. I'm gonna put this back here. I'll have to dump that later. Okay. Dump that later. Okay. My paint rag back. I'm doing some quick pickup here. Okay. Let's wipe that off with this towel. I'll have to wash it. Okay. I'm going to need to get. What do I got? I'm going to need to get a hot glue gun out. I'm going to need a glue stick out too. I think I have one. I know where I can get it easily enough. I gotta get a hot glue gun out. I figure a low temp glue gun will work for this. I think I put it where I put all my stringing stuff. There it is. I'm gonna need this too. Maybe. Definitely gonna need this. And my rubber bands. And my glue. No, I like those hands better. There we go. Okay. Get my chair back up. Okay. Let me grab the head. Do I have anything over here? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use a couple bits of hot glue, temporarily attach the cap, temporarily attach the skull here. Then I am going to attach it to something else. Preferably something with some weight. If I can keep my glue gun up. Let's see if I have something I can use that has some weight around here. Not really weight, but that's some space. I'm going to attach it to that. I'm going to attach the head to that. So I'll take like a little hot glue, attach that there, attach these, and start making the wig cap. Well, that might not work. Well, you know what? That might not work. If I had another glue bottle, something like that could work. Do I have another glue bottle? Okay. Got a bottle of school glue. Okay. So what I can do is like stick that right in the hole like that, and I'll have plenty of space to work. Okay. Okay. And I can make a wig cap. I'll use this for the wig cap. Okay. So I'll use this for that, then I'll use that as a base. I'm just going to stick a little bit of low temp on either side just to hopefully bond it together just enough. And I'm going to put a little hot glue on the inside here and just stick that on the school glue bottle. Okay. That should, hopefully it'll keep it attached enough. I will save that for stringing. Okay, I'm grabbing a drink. Okay. Wow, I got a lot of this popping up right now. Well, I did click it a lot trying to get it opened up. There we go. Okay, get a drink. Gotta wash down all those microplastics. Oh. Okay. Now, hopefully that'll stay up. Scissors. Oh, I forgot. This one had the slidey cutter. And the slider's gone. This plastic wrap that's got, I have primarily for craft projects. Okay. Okay. Now this will protect the head from the glue. You see the rubber band on that? I grabbed green and purple. I did not intend to grab green and purple. I was grabbing the first ones. And the first ones I got were green and purple. And those are my colors. Okay, just trying to get as many of these wrinkles out as possible here. Okay, I'm going to tighten this rubber band up a bit. Okay. I'm just going to get it right above the ear. And I want the rubber band a bit tight so the plastic wrap stays on better. Okay. And get my tool. Now, one of these, I can cut the tool with this probably. Okay. The tool, kind of stretchy, so. Okay. Ah! It came off. Ah! Ah! It's all coming off. My head is coming apart. Okay. I'm gonna put the hot glue gun back in. Okay. Okay. Plug glue gun back in. Oh, where's that glue stick? Okay. I can do this again. Just hoping that would stick longer. Hoping that would stick longer. Just pop that in there. There we go. Let's see if I have anything else I could use. I don't think so. I mean, the tip of this is not really all that coarse. It's not rough. So let's put a lot of glue on the tip of that. And just jam it in there. Ugh. Oh. Okay. There we go. Hopefully that will stay stable enough. I can get another glue stick for stringing. You know what? I don't think that's not really all that thick. I think that should be fine. I think on the tool, it's more important. If I can minimize it a little bit here. Okay. Okay. And that was what? Okay, 4 to 5 layers. Part of the reason why I've been getting a lot more that fell. That's fine. It's not sharp. But part of the reason I think I was getting some more BJD stuff on my YouTube feed was because I was rewatching the video on how to make a wig cap so I could get how many of layers I needed. How many layers of glue were suggested? Shake well. Always shake your glue. Don't eat it. This is not for food. Don't listen to Google. Do not put this in your pizza. Where's that thing fell? That might be useful now. I mean, it's been useful. Ah! Ow, 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 ow. Okay. Is it blocked? I had some dried glue in there, I think. There we go. Put a little on. I'm just gonna make Make a thin coat. Kind of a thin and even coat. And I need like 4 to 5 layers of this. There. I will be having a wig cap soonish. I am not going to be spending days working on this though. So I'll let this dry until Sunday. Once I have all the layers on. But what this is helping to give the tool structure. The tool is a thinner fabric, so it's not so bulky under the wig. And the glue helps give it some structure once it dries. And that's pretty much the reason why I'm using it. This is the stuff I learned from YouTube videos. Okay. 35 minutes for bond to set. Bond? James? Bond? Okay. So that's pretty much going to be set at the end of the stream. Okay. I am going to go with my wash cup. I'm going to go get some water for my wash cup. Once again, I'll be back. I'm just not going to go into a full official break. So, be back in a minute. Back. I just want to get something I can stick my brush in and wash off some of this glue. Okay. I'm going to let that first layer dry. I'm going to put more layers on tonight. Off stream. I guess. I'm going to have to do it that way. I'm just going to leave the brush in there for now. Okay, put the band back on the tool. Okay, I think I can unplug the hot glue gun now. But I am not done yet. I thought I could start with that. I would like to get the wig cap done, but I'm not going to worry, just so I can have the head done. But get that done. And get my yarn out. Oof. Crypto, stop shedding. My goodness, man. Now, the doll has long black hair. So, I'm just going to start wrapping the yarn up. So I can start making yarn wefts as soon as possible. I don't know how many I'm going to need to make, but the last one took like, what, I think 70? More? So I'm probably going to start with like 50. And that might be enough, but I want to go long, so I'm going long. This doll. Where's my mouse? There's my mouse. As you can see, the doll, my design, has long hair. Now, I'm not going to try to get that exact hairstyle, but I kind of wanted it in a tail. So, I thought I'd design the doll in V-Roid. Yeah, this is the right way. And I cut down there. Hoping this works. Okay, I'm getting my better scissors out, my fabric scissors out for this. Okay. But I gotta make yarn wefts. I had an extra brush. I just don't like that brush. I don't like the way the metal is attached to that cheap wood. That's like a cheap brush. Okay. I should have got my smaller scissors out. There we go. Don't know how much this is gonna be, but I got my partner loves this cotton candy, and I thought the cotton candy containers would be great for this. Trying to repurpose stuff. And then I can store yarn for yarn weft. Oh, monitor's fritzing out again. It might be the heat. But this TV that I'm using as a monitor for my craft table has never wanted to work well. Okay. Hey, come on. There we go. Okay. I'll just wrap up, cardboard cut, and do that again. I have to do like 4 of these. Throw that into the container. And that way, I guess I can just grab some yarn from when I want to make wefts. There we go. Just pull out some more yarn. Picked up a lot of yarn last week. Because I was randomizing my dolls. It's like I want to make sure I have all the colors I want for my randomized doll making. And I don't think I'll be getting to making any wefts though this week. Okay, what am I going to do for dinner? Honestly, I think I'm just going to make sandwiches. I'm just going to make maybe some cold sandwiches for dinner. It's way too hot. And I don't want to stand in front of a stove and I don't really have anything I can cook up on the grill. Plus, I don't want to cook up on the grill for only 2 people. Plus, I don't want to cook anything up on the grill. I mean, I want grilled food. I just don't like using the grill. Okay. One more. I think what I'm going to do is trim this thing down and do some edits. I mean, I'll put the raw VOD up, but just edit this down. I'll do one more after this. No, I might just fill this container with this stuff. With these. There we go. Yeah, no, I'm going to fill this up. That way I know I have plenty of wefts. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll do some cold sandwiches tonight for dinner. Something quick, something simple. Something that does not require me to stand in front of a stove. Unless I want to put some bacon on the sandwiches. Whoops. I'll get up that way. I love my high-tech tool right here. This is so high-tech. A piece of cardboard. Now, the reason why I'm using yarn, going to be using yarn for the wefts, is because honestly, it's cheap. I have easy enough access to it. I don't have to order any specialty things online. I mean, I'll see I've some of the people that I actually who I've saved playlists from, or put into my little doll making playlist that I use for reference purposes. They're using like alpaca hair or mohair or whatever. And here I am using yarn because it's cheap. And I have easy enough access to it. That's the important thing, though. I mean, I have access to yarn. Just like I have access to easy access to these cotton candy containers. When me and my partner are going out into town, we can just stop at the craft store and get some more yarn. We can stop at Walmart and get yarn. We can stop at Meijer's and get yarn. We could have, if I had started this a few years ago, we would have been able to go to Joann Fabrics and get yarn. I miss Joann Fabrics. This way I know I'll have enough wefts. When I was doing the doll of my model at the beginning of the year, I kept running into a problem. Crap! I'm out of hair weft. I gotta make more. I don't want to run into that problem again. I don't want to be like, oh, I'm getting so close to, close to being finished. Crap. I'm out of hair. So I'm trying to be more prepared. I got more acrylic sheets to put yarn wefts on. I'm gonna make plenty. I'm gonna make a lot of hair wefts off camera too. I know that much. Just because just because I kind of want to make sure I don't spend too many streams just going, okay, time to put more hair on the doll finally, and I'm out of yarn weft. Don't want to do that again. But that's also part of the reason why I'm making multiple dolls at once. So if I do have a like something I'm running out of hair, I can pop work over onto another doll while more hair wefts dry. Okay, I think this will be the last one. No, I'll make one more after this. I'm not going to do any hair wefts tonight. I'll do a quick touch test on that, see if I can get a second yeah, I think I can get another coat of glue on. So I think I'll stop there for making hair for the moment. Put that into there. Okay. Dry this brush off. My little tool box is out of things in it. Okay. I'll use this brush for this next coat. I would say that's about 20 minutes of drying. I mean, I'm just trying to get it to touch dry. I'm not trying to get it completely dry. Okay, let me get my hand underneath here. I'm just trying to get it to touch dry. I can put some more glue on. I'm still trying to find like better glues than Elmer's PVA and glue all or school glue. But I want something that doesn't have fumes. My partner reacts badly to the fumes. And contact cement, so I don't want something that fumes up. I want projects I can do in the house. Making a puppet, I use contact cement to glue the foam to glue the foam pieces together for the inside. And my partner reacts badly, so I have to do, at the very least, I have to do part of the puppet outside. Cosplay costumes, I have to do part of that outside. For the same reason. Any EVA foam, I have to do that with, do that too. A lot of the projects I want to do will require me using contact cement. So it's like, something like this is easy to do in the house. Plus, I enjoy it. Okay, a little more. Okay. There we go. Keep my eye on the time. That back there. Throw that in there. Okay. You know what? I don't have a clean spot to make wet. Hmm. Um, hmm. Okay. Move some of the stuff around. Okay. But I was prepared for that. An ironing board. Okay. Hopefully this will be long enough. We'll find out. I'm going to do up a couple yarn wefts. Or at least start up a couple yarn wefts. I'm going to do up like, I'll throw 10 on at a time. There we go. By the end of making my, so when I was making the doll of my OC, Now this character right here. In the previous hairstyle, I did not have a crap ton of stuff to use. I had to use I was trying to use a plastic comb to make hair wefts. By the end, I got this pet grooming brush. That was like pet grooming brushes are like what I have are what's recommended, but I didn't have one. I thought I did, but I couldn't find it. I'll just do 5 right now. But I couldn't find it. So I was using a cheap plastic hair comb. It took so long. Oh, you know what? I forgot to do. You gotta unravel these things too. I gotta do that. Gotta unravel them a bit. I'm gonna use one of the files here. Just kind of unravel it. But I was trying to use a comb and it did not work that well. I mean, it worked, it just took forever to make a weft compared to using one of these, compared to using this. So I went to the pet store or pet supply store and picked it up. I wouldn't call it a pet store because it doesn't sell animals. It's only got the stuff for the care and feeding of animals, which is much better. I'm gonna switch over to these tweezers. You know, it's weird how many skill sets, how many different kind of, skill sets or skills overlap. Like you're making an outfit for a doll and it overlaps with cosplay and puppetry. I could make hair wefts like this for a puppet. But that's quick compared to using a comb. I'm just not going to glue it tonight. Okay. But, now I have to iron it. I don't have a flat iron for hair. That would work too. Then I iron it and I have to glue that onto an acrylic sheet. And that can be some other time. I'm going to leave it like this for now because it is almost time for me to end stream and start working on dinner. And see if I can convince my dog to go outside and go potty. I want to save that too. I want to make a container for that. I can use it as stuffing. Okay. I will be back on Sunday with more working on this doll, probably painting, and then playing some Paralive. But for now, I'm going to call it. I'm going to see if I can find somebody to raid. Oh, too bad. Too bad they're not a VTuber, and I'm trying to find a VTuber that's doing some crafting right now. Any VTuber hand cams? A lot of 3D printer ones going on right now. I would never do that. I mean, I could, but I wouldn't. Doesn't seem right. Oh, I recognize EVA foam when I see it. Come on, some VTuber be doing a hand cam, please, please VTubers. Well, we're getting any VTuber hand cams today. It's a beautiful Thursday. It is sweltering hot here in America, here in Michigan. Oh, you have 26, but the name of your stream right now, it's like, oh, perfect. No, I don't. I don't want that. Oh, I like using my other mouse. I don't like having a clicky scroll wheel. Anybody that yeah, oh, you have 26 viewers though. But you are the home of the proud and dirty hookers. I'm guessing a crocheting stream. Um, Somebody making a fursuit. You know what? Okay, I found somebody I'm gonna raid. Okay. We're gonna be raiding here. So I will be back Sunday with more doll making and Paralives. Until then, I hope you have a wonderful night, and I will see you on the flip side. Bye.